Struggling to manage your business expenses with cash alone? With TC Barter, trade credits are easier to earn than cash, and they help you conserve what matters most. Use your trade credits to access goods and services while keeping your cash for the important things. Whether it's paying taxes, loans, mortgage, utilities, or your team, TC Barter helps you save where it counts. More flexibility, more control, more opportunities for your business to thrive. Download the TC Barter app now and start trading smarter today.
Hey, everybody. Just we're going to be running through a few things and getting ready. I'm just going to run some commercials. I hit the wrong button, actually, to be fair. And so we're going to go back to doing a few more of those. I'm sorry. We'll have to run that commercial.
Struggling to manage your business expenses with cash alone? With TC Barter, trade credits are easier to earn than cash, and they help you conserve what matters most. Use your trade credits to access goods and services while keeping your cash for the important things. Whether it's paying taxes, loans, mortgage, utilities, or your team, TC Barter helps you save where it counts. More flexibility, more control, more opportunities for your business to thrive. Download the TC Barter app now and start trading smarter today. Hotels and motels thrive on occupancy rates, but what if you could fill rooms and save on expenses at the same time? With TC Trading, you can barter rooms for services like laundry, maintenance, or even marketing. This brings in more guests and saves cash for essential needs, such as staff salaries and utilities. Maximize your occupancy and minimize your expenses with TC Trading. Wednesday, Meetup. Enjoy some business networking and bartering every Wednesday night. There is no admission fee. Each person just pays for their own delicious soup and sandwich. Come to the Soup Kitchen Restaurant, 2012, South 1100 East, their Sugar House location, Salt Lake City, Utah, 84106, every Wednesday from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. See old friends and meet some new friends. If you like to trade, you can join us every Wednesday night for some fun networking and TC bartering at 6:30 p.m. at the Soup Kitchen Restaurant, 2012 South 1100 East, Salt Lake City, Utah, 84106. There is no admission fee. Simply pay the restaurant for your own delicious soup and sandwich.
Hey, yeah, we're getting this stuff down. So if you're just sitting here waiting for the crypto trading stuff to start happening, we're going to be doing that in just a minute. If you're just new to the channel and just pop in, we'd love to hear your comments and everything. And we're going to set that up so I can actually watch the stream. So so that's what happens sometimes, right? So, hey, we've got our new fancy gadget tool, and we're going to be using that to try to watch what's going on the stream too. So if you are on Twitch or you're on YouTube or any other of the other, right? Harris and I should be starting here in about 3 minutes. Until that time, you get to enjoy some lovely background commercials. And we're gonna have to run a couple of these because I have to test all of them to make sure that they're working. Other than that, I'm so excited. So.
Struggling to manage your business expenses with cash alone? With TC Barter, trade credits are easier to earn than cash, and they help you conserve what matters most. Use your trade credits to access goods and services while keeping your cash for the important things. Whether it's paying taxes, loans, mortgage, utilities, or your team, TC Barter helps you save where it counts. More flexibility, more control, more opportunities for your business to thrive. Download the TC Barter app now and start trading smarter today.
Hey, we're getting this stuff down. So if you're just sitting here waiting for the crypto trading stuff to start happening, we're going to be doing that in just a minute. If you're just new to the channel and just pop in, we'd love to hear your comments and everything. And we're going to set that up so I can actually watch the stream. So Hey, just yeah, I'm sorry. We're just keep going. I mean, hey, why not?
Running a car dealership requires constant management of inventory and costs. But what if you could trade to save on those expenses? With TC Trading, trade cars or services like maintenance for things you need, like advertising or even cleaning services. This brings new customers to your dealership while preserving cash for more important needs. Trade smart, save cash, and grow your business with TC Trading. Wednesday, meetup. Enjoy some business networking and bartering every Wednesday night. There is no admission fee. Each person just pays for their own delicious soup and sandwich. Come to the Soup Kitchen Restaurant, 2012, South 1100 East, their Sugar House location, Salt Lake City, Utah, 84106, every Wednesday from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. See old friends and meet some new friends.
Hey, everybody, just hang in there. Well, yeah, we've got live from Sunday Night Tights, live on your channel. Okay, well that's obviously incorrect. So we've got to fix a little few things. So yeah, I don't know. What are we doing? What are we doing? Why can't we do? Okay, and then oh, what's happening? Oh yeah, good. Just wait in there for just a minute. I'm still doing the paperwork. It is time, so let's do this thing. Thank you for joining with us, and let's make it official. Hey, and good evening. And it's been what we call one hell of a day. If you do the news and you're sitting here and you're just drinking the fire hose back, yeah, that's kind of what we're doing right now. Anyway, today is All Trump Day, as we all know, because he just took office. And let's talk about stuff that happened during trading. So today, Bitcoin just soared up 110, and then it calmed down. So what's Bitcoin at? What's Doge at? What's Steph, Trax, EVX, SWI, Toncoin, BTC right now hovering at 102, but it did go up to 110 today. And why is that? Why can't it just stay? Why can't it just stay up there? You know, what's going on with that? So, but to cover this, we're going to Cointelegraph a little bit as our source. Trump meme coin helps Sol price or Solana beat Ethereum. Solana's TVL jumps to $12 billion. Solana is at 238 right now. Price hit a new all-time high of about 9 cents, almost 10 cents against ETH or Ethereum on January 19th before retracing the current level of about 7 cents. Solana's impressive performance in recent days have attributed the meme coin associated with U.S. President-elect Donald Trump, official Trump, which has boosted interest in Solana, leading to a surge in both price and trading volume. So he's what we've been a busy boy. And if we look at the markets, whoa, look at that. It is Bitcoin's at 107 right now. I'm sorry. I'm looking at something live. So let me retrace my steps a little bit. So, and we have some new stories. Actually, 102. It was at 107 when I looked at it. It was 102 now. I keep looking at the wrong screen, but we'll get through this. You and I, we know it's our day to be alive, right? It's like a great day for us to be alive. Which is yeah. So let's talk about what else is going on. I have to go look at the correct screen. That will be okay. There, I've got the okay. So Trump inauguration live, latest crypto market updates. If you look at Cointelegraph, they've got his hand on the Bible, which is incorrect, by the way. He never put his hand on the Bible. He had Melania stand with the Bibles next to him, and he raised his right hand or something. Anyway, Cointelegraph's coverage of Donald Trump's inauguration as the 47th president of the United States. The crypto world is being bracing for potential changes to regulation, innovation, and adoption. This live blog. Okay, so they were talking about. So let's catch up quick. Donald Trump was sworn into office as the 47th president of the United States. His inaugural address ignored digital assets. The White House unveiled Trump's America First priorities following the inauguration. By the way, he doesn't really understand that it's against the law for the United States to expand its territories. He put that he wanted to expand his territories. We don't have to expand territory. We already have enough problems. Anyway, well, that's just one of my pet peeves today. And the White House unveiled Trump's America First priorities following the inauguration. So Trump's first batch of executive orders assigned didn't include anything pertaining to us, crypto, the money world in many ways. He did pardon like over 1,500 people that were in Jan 6th and commuted 14 sentences, right? So people that beat on police officers with the baseball bat, they got out of jail today, stuff like that. That's joy. Anyway, SEC Commissioner Pierce Crenshaw and Udaya have issued an official statement on Gary Gensler's department as chair. Crypto markets volume surged on January 20th, with Bitcoin briefly hitting an all-time highs, and Trump's controversial meme coin approaching 11 billion in market cap. All right, so let's talk about Doge officially in effect as Trump signs EO. So what an EO is an executive order. So yeah, Trump signed an executive order officially launching the Department of Government's Efficiency, or DOGE, an advisory commission aimed at cutting federal spending, led by billionaire Tesla CEO Elon Musk. Okay, that's a big one, he said. But see, here's the thing. He's fucked. And what I mean by fucked is there's a federal law that says that you can't just make up stuff out of the sky. So and the law is called fucked. So we could talk about that in just a little bit. But right now I'm waiting for all of us to kind of get together. If you want to send me a high sign or something on Twitch or YouTube as we're going live, go ahead and do that. Give us a comment. Do your YouTube stuff. Subscribe, like, follow, share. It really does help the channel. And leave a little comment. I don't care if it's a negative comment. I can deal with it. I've done radio for a long, long time. Believe it or not, that stuff doesn't faze me. Okay. So Trump added that Musk would get in office, the West Wing would have a team around 20 people to make sure these executive orders get implemented. And basically, it sounds like Elon's going to be calling it in. Elon's very busy sending rocket ships to various places, he later said. And in seemingly his first cut, Doge posted an X on an image of deleted page for the Office of Personal Management Interagency Chief Diversity Officer Council, which advised government agencies on diversity, equity, and inclusion. It begins, Musk posted on his platform. By the way, Musk did what would generously be called a Roman salute. And some people think it's a Nazi salute, but, Musk being Musk, you don't know what it is. You have to go watch the film, as they say, film at 11. Crypto absent from the first batch of executive orders signed by Trump January 21st, 12:22 a.m. UTC. Trump signed the slate of executive orders on the stage of post-inauguration celebration at the Capital One Arena. None were about crypto or making the Bitcoin reserve. And instead, several executive orders were signed to address immigration, the U.S.-Mexico border, federal workforce hiring, and withdrawing from climate change, focusing Paris. He's cutting off the Paris Agreement because why not? He's doing everything he can to piss off the French, including sending his felony-ridden relative over there to be the ambassador, because quote unquote, he wanted that. That's what he really, really wanted. He wanted that more than anything. Like an ambassadorship is about a Christmas present. It's not. It just generally isn't. By the way, the French ambassadorship's usually a glory post. It is highly in there. You should be able to speak French if you're going to be a French ambassador. Oui? Okay, but if you don't speak French, you're just insulting the French. There's a lot of people that we have in our government that can speak French fluently and have training. And the French are masters of diplomacy. They really are. They've been doing it forever. They have words that don't mean anything. Yes, just for diplomacy. And French is the language of diplomacy. Now, so let's see. What are we talking about? Okay, so orders to end weaponization of the federal government and restore freedom of speech were also signed. A Trump aide said on stage. By the way, executive orders have no force. A lot they often get overturned in the court. They do have a quasi effective law, but really the first time they get challenged when a law is something by the United States Congress and signed into law by the president. It doesn't really. It doesn't have the full weight, right, until it becomes a law, okay? And an executive order can always be overturned by the next guy who issues an executive order, like what's happening right now. A Trump aide said on stage that the president would be signing more executive orders through the evening in Washington, D.C., which he did. Reports have said the president will sign up to 100 orders the first day in office, which he did, with one expected to cover crypto, which I haven't seen yet. Anyway, at 9:29 p.m. UTC, one of the first official announcements by Trump White House, U.S. President has officially nominated former SEC Commissioner Paul Atkins to serve as the remainder of former Chair Gary Gensler's term, ending on June 2026. He also chose SEC Commissioner Mark Udea, a Republican, to serve as acting chair until the U.S. Senate confirmed a replacement chair. Under Gensler and Jay Clayton, the SEC chair, during Trump's first term, the regulator filed multiple enforcement actions against crypto firms, some alleging they're offered to and sold unregistered securities. It's unclear what the status of these cases will be in the next administration. I get it. They're going to get pardoned. They're going to get pardoned because they never did anything wrong. And pardon, by the way, if you take a pardon, it means that you have to admit that you're basically guilty. Okay, so but Biden had to pardon a bunch of people in his family and other people to prevent them from being prosecuted by Trump, because what a swell guy. Anyway, but on it was like 8 p.m. UTC for the euphoria surrounding Trump's pro-crypto presidency. His American First priorities omitted any mention of the digital assets or their role in boosting American innovation and the economy. According to the White House briefing, the key priorities of Trump's second term include energy independence, public safety, reforming the government bureaucracy, and promoting quote-unquote American values. The briefing said all government agencies will take emergency measures to reduce cost of living, and that President Trump will announce the first America First trade policy. So America First trade policy means we're going to piss off our allies. That's kind of how that works. There's no way to do this. And by the way, there's nothing as the external, the way that he wants to make something called the External Revenue Services, which is a way of telling people that tariffs are not taxes on the American people, but they're taxes on the American people. And if you build some, and it just makes everybody here in the United States pay more for a lot of different commodities. Okay. So that's what protectionism does. And anybody who's studied economics for about 5 seconds knows that that's what that does. Because just announcing a tariff means that the people that are being protected by the tariff automatically increase prices internally into the country. And it doesn't matter if it's the United States or another country. That's what that generally does. Okay, so the cost of protecting farming products is that the farming products become more expensive because they aren't facing as much competition. So you're removing the people from the field of onion, and they can go rapidly wild. By the way, eggs are going to be coming up because and it's not because of inflation. It's just because we have a lot of salmonella out there, and people are going to be have to save up a little bit more for their egg money every week. Eggs can be right now, if you go to the store where I'm at, if they're about, even the cheap stuff is like $5 a dozen. Yeah, $5 a dozen. So my sister is currently making eggs. She has chickens. So literally she has chickens, and she loves her chickens now. And basically they'd have to do something really wrong to really upset her that she's going to put them in the pot. But apparently all the roosters are going to get nailed. So that's the way she does it. There's not a guy out there that she's gonna like enough to keep our second rooster in her pen. Anyway, so let's get back to what we were doing. Let's see. An announcement shared with Cointelegraph on January 20, Representative Commissioner Pham said she would replace former CFTC chair Rostin Benham temporarily until Trump could nominate a permanent head of the regulator who the Senate would confirm. Let's see. She had been serving as CFTC commissioner since April 2022 after being nominated as former President Joe Biden. So Trump's inaugural address, silent on crypto again, but he should be doing, if crypto's given him so much, right? The problem is it's a type of bribery. We shouldn't, the presidency, when you become president, that's a singular honor. But what you should be doing is, that's it. You can't make any money while you're president, in between the time that you're president, before or after, right? So you just accept that that's part. I'm going to have all the power in the world, because the president basically has all the power in the world. There are some limitations, but I'm not going to be able to make money. And apparently President Trump is not going to be able to keep doing that stuff. So you just have to wait, And by the way, the presidents are now going to start pardoning everybody in their cabinets and stuff, and their family members and everything as they leave office, because we have a president now that from Biden that's what you do. And Trump could have pardoned other people, but he didn't do it. Now he's probably going to do it at the end of his term. So although commissioners were approached on policy issues from different perspectives, this is a quote, there is always the dignity of our differences. The statement read, Chair Gensler has been committed to bipartisan engagement and respectful engagement of ideas, which has helped facilitate our service to the American public. Let's see. So on November 22nd, a while ago, Gensler announced his intent to step down as a chair shortly after Trump's election victory. His tenure is marked by fierce battles against crypto industry, including lawsuits against crypto exchanges, Coinbase, and Binance, as well as a crackdown on unregistered securities offerings. So, anyway, as we know, Trump was sworn into office. Yeah. So here's the thing, and this is a shocking thing. So tech billionaires appear in the inauguration. They're surrounding closely around Trump. What that means is that, you know how you used to be in a hotel room and, people were doing adult things in the hotel room. You kind of knew it, but you didn't see it. Now they're doing out in front of us. Yeah, they're just like two dogs stuck together. Just hammering away. Anyway, so the idea here is that we've got to talk about this, because Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, he owns WAPO, the Washington Post, and Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg and Apple CEO Tim Cook were reported to have entered the St. John's Church in the next to the White House as part of a pre-inauguration proceeding. I mean, they don't have to show up together to collude, but it doesn't hurt, right? I mean, and the thing that these people are offering Trump is access to information and control of the information flow. And that's what they really offer him. And in exchange for that, he's going to offer them money and contracts and other things like that, preferable terms. And so what that's really happening is a circle loop of bribery, right? And we can't just We can't tolerate that. So I think that this is going to go for about, a year maybe, and then things aren't going to turn out well for the Trumpster after that, because right now he's going to start quacking like he's done. The problem with being a two-term president is that you are considered a lame duck, almost on initiation, and you have about 6 months at the outset to get anything done that you're going to get done. After that, uh, especially into the 18 months, you start quacking like a duck, and that means that your influence is going away. You're at the height of your power the moment you get elected, and every second you lose a little bit of your power as you're getting elected. So it's a matter of how much stuff you can get done between now and again. Now, so there was a lot of mania, and if we look at in the market, right? So BTC did go nears 110K after Trump's Bitcoin reserve odds spiked to 60%. So Bitcoin spiked to new all-time highs on January 20th as the analysis warned of BTC price reversal and possibly Trump's creating a Bitcoin reserve for the first 100 days spiked on Polymarket. These are just like rumors, and people, you can make money reacting to rumors. It's true. And when I was in high school, people were getting on the internet and like high school kids were screwing with the traders just by getting on the internet and telling people this stock is going high, this one's going high, and so people would start actively investing and doing things, and they just got off on manipulating the market. They didn't make any money because they were high school kids. They didn't have any money to invest anyway. So, but the rumor mills just keep swirling. And so what does that do? So let's go. There's another article, and this one's in Cointelegraph, and it talks about Bitcoin traders refuse to YOLO after BTC hits nearly 110. What are they waiting for? Bitcoin hit new highs on January 20, but shows traders are neutral as the market waits to see if BTC-friendly executive orders issued by Trump presidency. So it's a wait and see, because right now, if you look at BTC right now, it's at 102K, 102,577. So you can tell exactly what time I did this at. And it reached an all-time high of 109,321 on January 20th, driven by expectations that there'd be an order or two, a proviso from the new Orange in Chief, and as a crypto-friendly administrator under the United States President Donald Trump. The optimism stepped from campaign promises for regulatory clarity and appointment of pro-crypto figures in key positions. I'm wondering, will Donald Trump do anything about Richard Hart? I can see that happening. Richard Hart has $1 billion and out there, and he's being chased on Interpol for Pulse X hacks, right? Pulse chain, that kind of stuff. And he's had to keep what we call a low profile. So I'm wondering if Donald Trump is going to do anything about him and bring him back into real life. But anyway, Bitcoin derivatives show modest risk of appetite from bulls. Despite the price surge, the sentiments among Bitcoin whales and market makers remain stable. According to the derivatives data, there is little confidence in further gains above 110K, at least for the short term. But people are saying that Bitcoin's going to go like 150. And that's the YOLO. You only live once. Okay. That's what YOLO means if you didn't know. Anyway, on January 20th, Bitcoin futures premium relatives to spot, the market rose 14%, up from 12% on January 17th. Although the figures exceeds 10% of neutral threshold, it reflects a moderate skepticism among professional traders. Historically, bullish rallies have pushed BTC futures premium beyond 30%, but people are in a hodl moment. That means hold on to dear life. I see this wealth of vocabulary that we learn together as we've got 7 minutes to live with each other a little bit longer. Just hang in there, buddies. And I'm looking for your comments. So if I don't get to your comments now, it's because I'm reading stuff and I'm trying to be accurate and all those things, but I definitely want to have you come onto the show. So we'll vet you. We'll talk to you. We'll figure out everything to you. I was talking to a guy. He runs 300 radio stations, And he asked me to my face, he's like, do you hold any XRP? And I says, no, XRP has a lot of overhead. It does a lot of things that most investors wouldn't like if they knew it. And so we don't hold the XRP. That doesn't mean that if you walked up to me on the street and you said, I'll give you $1 million to XRP, I wouldn't have it, but I'm not buying it. So that's just me. It is what it is. It's free. So take it as what it is. It's not investment advice. It's just me personally. Okay. So what are we looking at Bitcoin? So, okay. So the indicators that premieres on a similar call, buy and put sell options, ratios between -6% plus percentage considered neutral, while negative skews suggest bullish sentiment. Currently, the Bitcoin options are 25% delta skewed at Deribyte stand at -6%, indicating a cautious level of optimism. This suggests BTC derivatives markets are not showing signs of overconfidence, though this does not imply bearish sentiment. So we're just sitting around waiting, talking, holding about it. If Trump's inauguration is sell the news event for Bitcoin, okay? So after hitting a record high, Bitcoin's price fell below. It's at currently 102. Leading traders to speculate Trump's inauguration represents a sell the news scenario. Many expected measures to support the crypto market have already been announced, reducing the element of surprise. Furthermore, the potential for a strategic Bitcoin reserve plan depends on congressional and Senate approval, which could take forever, and making its implementation uncertain, because the president doesn't have the power of the coin or the purse. The Congress does, and you want to know how powerful the Congress is? Okay, if you want money, you go to the head of the Senate's Finance Committee, and the head of the Finance Committee is going to tell you how much money you're allowed to spend. And he looks probably at the bond market, and the bond market isn't really happy with all the stuff that's going on. They're seeing inflation. So that means that the Fed isn't going to be lowering interest rates anytime soon. So these things kind of like go in like a circle, and it can make you dizzy. So that's why we do this every single day. And if you don't know, this is a way to wise up. Okay. So anyway, part of Bitcoin's investors' lack of enthusiasm and subsequent price crushing can be attributed to uncertainty surrounding the spiraling U.S. fiscal debt situation, which has prompted investors to trend more cautiously. So the national debt, that's okay. And then there's the budget, right? The deficit. Those are two different things. And the debt is how much we actually owe. And the interest on that is creeping to every single project or program that we're doing. It's becoming, it's getting up there to be like number 3 in what we're paying for everything. And pretty soon it's going to be number 1. So we need to reduce the debt. And there's a couple ways to do that, but mostly that means raising taxes. So yeah, I'm sorry. Cutting taxes does not raise money. You need to raise taxes when we're not at war. And currently we're kind of at war. By the way, we have about 8 days of shells. If we got engaged with China in any kind of war, we would have ammunition for 8 days, then we'd run out. That's no kidding. Okay. So the military is saying, hey, we need to triple up what you're doing if you want to be able to handle 2 fronts currently, right? Because right now we're shipping a lot of our ammunition and everything that we can over to the Ukraine because it's cost effective. We don't have to do anything. One shell, maybe $1,000 blows up a few $1 million tank. Yeah, that works for us. Okay. But here's the thing. We need to watch the debt. Okay. The federal budget deficit for the first fiscal quarter of 2025 surged 40% compared to the same period of the previous year. So this is the deficit, not the debt, according to the Treasury Department. Additionally, market projections, estimate government debt financing will cost an and exceed 1.2 trillion in 2025, surpassing last year's record. So it's always getting worse. On January 17th, a letter to congressional leaders, U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen warned the federal government would reach its borrowing limit on January 21st. That's tomorrow. Yeah. She announced plans to employ extraordinary measures to temporarily free up borrowing capacity under 36.1 trillion debt ceiling, averting a potential default. Failure for lawmakers to reach fiscal agreement in the coming days could trigger a partial government shutdown, disrupting essential services, delaying federal employees' payments, and unsettling financial markets. The uncertainty has increased traders' incentive to secure profits, particularly after Bitcoin's price above 109. And this reflected a 17% year-to-date gain. So when we are uncertain, when it's good for Bitcoin, it's bad for the country. Anyway, that is a bit of the rosy picture of what we're talking about today. I do want to say thank you for everybody who joins with us every single day, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. We start, by the way, at 8. I try to get here a little bit early, but we start at 8 a.m. In the morning and 8 p.m. at night. So on the other channel, tcbarter.com. And yeah, thanks for joining with us. You have a great night, and I hope that you do well and are happy in whatever you do. Tell me a little bit about it. Drop me a line. Just leave it in the comments. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.